As dusk falls across northern Uganda, thousands of remote villagers make their nightly commute to the safety of urban shelters.
How far have you walked tonight? How far have you walked?
They have good reason to. For the past 2 decades, a notorious rebel group called the Lord's Resistance Army, or LRA, has been accused of abducting as many as 25,000 children in the dark of night and forcing them to join their ranks as soldiers, servants, or even sex slaves.
Almost every family, there's at least a person abducted. If it is not abducted, there's a person who has been killed in the family by the LRA.
One of your children has been abducted? Yeah. And you have never gotten them back? It's okay to come in?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, you can come in. This is 10 number 6. 10 is actually 12 by 6 meters, actually big. It accommodates about 40 to 60 commuters every night.
40 to 60 people in here every night?
Yeah, every night.
And when it's filled up, it's probably pretty crowded in here.
Yeah, it's very crowded.
I take a ride out to an internally displaced persons camp with Lieutenant Deo Akiki of the Uganda People's Defense Force, or UPDF. He received a report that 7 Lord's Resistance Army fighters may have been seen in the area. He tells me this area used to be a frequent target of the LRA. The Ugandan army has been in a protracted war with the LRA for nearly 20 years. In that time, the rebels have been accused of committing a litany of atrocities, from murder to mutilation. Chiefly responsible has been the group's founder and leader, Joseph Kony. He wants to establish a Christian government in Uganda based on the 10 Commandments, but the group's actions have been anything but Christian. In one particular incident, they kidnapped 50 men, women, and children that they said betrayed them to the government. They cut off the nose, ears, mouth, and arms of each one.
You know, their work is just to kill anybody they meet, to burn their houses and steal food.
Abduct their children?
Oh, yeah.
This girl, Anne, was 12 years old when she was abducted by the LRA. Within 2 years, she was forced to marry one of the unit commanders. She says she refused him, but he began raping her and continued to do so until she became pregnant.
People don't understand why they do the killing, because the big people, they say they don't listen to them. The young ones do listen to them well. That's why they really abduct them.
The LRA held 15-year-old Deo for only 2 months, but in that time he was beaten almost constantly. Deo says a bullet was the key to his freedom. The UPDF's elite mobile forces started firing at his camp. A round struck him above his hip. That shot saved his life. I thought the mobile forces were going to kill me, he says, but instead they carried me off the field and treated me.
When will these people be able to go home again and sleep in their own beds in their own houses?
That is what we are looking forward for. We are now trying to prepare the community. In case any day it is declared the war has ended, the rebel has been captured, at least that's when we shall start preparing to take them home. It will take a process. It will not be a one-day activity.
I started to realize that what war is about, what conflict is about, is only peripherally concerning the combatants. It's only tangentially about armies. It's about the destruction of civilization. It's about the destruction of civilians, their landscape, their homes, their lives, their well-being, their health, their crops, their animals, everything that's involved with war, even though it seems like it's about armies going head-to-head, is honestly about the destruction of civilians. They get killed in greater numbers. They die from sickness and illness in greater numbers. Their homes, their livelihoods are always destroyed first.